limbs. Martin checking into the game. 1.2 seconds between now and the end of regulation, and perhaps deciding who will play for the Heartland Conference Championship. Bolton to inbound. He does so. It's Miner from way downtown. Oh! He put it in! Miner put it in from the Rattler! I cannot believe it! We're going to overtime! Miner puts in a succession of 4 straight threes. I can't believe what I've just seen! Everyone stay tuned. Looks like they're going to have to review it to make sure he got it off in time. But for right now, we're heading to overtime off of an incredible shot by Christian Miner.
And Joe, we were talking about it, the subs were going to have to come up with some great plays, and Christian Miner has risen to the occasion, to say the least.
They're going to review it. We're going to keep it here with the review. If the shot holds, we're heading to overtime. Alexander, he's fouled out of the game for the Rattlers, but the comeback has been completed for now. It was in the 20-point range, and this crowd is ravenous. Christian Miner now sitting at 18 points on the game. He was at 6, just seemed like with the 5-minute mark, and three-pointer after three-pointer. And this Rattler team, for lack of a better phrase, is back from the dead.
And if this basket stands, it comes down to a new game, 0-0. Throw out everything that has happened in the first and second halves, and it's a brand new ball game, and let's see what both of these teams are made of.
The basket is good, the review is complete. We're going to take a break. When we return, overtime basketball here on the Rattler Network. And welcome back, everyone, to Bill Greehey Arena. Overtime about to get underway. On the floor for the Rattlers, Joe Monroe, Christian Miner, Marvin and Marvin, Benny and Witt, and then J.J. Bolton as well for the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. Martin on the floor along with Seth Youngblood, Stojanovic Cooper as well, and Devonta Thomas. He's had himself quite the game. 5 minutes to decide who will play for the Heartland Conference title, and the tip is taken by the guys in gold. And Ruben, would you say it's safe to say that some momentum right now for the Rattlers?
Well, that's an understatement, I think, Joe, and the Rattlers will really look to assert themselves in this extra period.
Everyone on their feet. Benny, entry pass to Monroe. Last time this Rattler team played in overtime was against Dallas Baptist University. They prevailed there. Benny, the left hand for 2, and that first bucket in overtime can just be so crucial. Here comes Cooper now, bringing it on up the floor. The Rattlers, this is their first lead in forever, but it'll quickly be tied off the stuff there by Martin. It's the first time that the Rattlers have led since in the very early goings of this game. 1 minute gone by. Here's Miner, the man of the hour. Back to Miner, why not? No good. Thomas comes down with the board. Over to Cooper now. Cooper into the corner for Youngblood. He'll put up a 3 of his own, no good. Here come the Rattlers in transition. Benny, the pull-up jumper, it's good as well. Benny starting things off big. He has all 4 of the Rattlers points in this overtime. Cooper now attacks. Kicks out to Youngblood. Now back to Cooper. He'll put up a 3. That one around and out. No good. As the Lions are now 8 of 17 from the foul line from the 3-point line on the game. Here comes Benny. This crowd, I'd have to say the best one since I've been at St. Mary's. Bolton now with it. Skip pass into the corner. Witt, he'll line one up. Oh, and no good. As Witt tried to bring down the house. Oh, a collision there as Witt looks like his shoe slipped. And Thomas, he'll head to the line for 2. The fouls do carry over from regulation, so both teams will be shooting double bonus the rest of the way. Thomas now with some very big free throws. First one by Thomas, good. Thomas, he's now at 25 on the day. Harmon will check into the game for Martin. Thomas, he's been insane. He's shooting 90.9% from the field. That's crazy.
Staggering number there.
82%, 82 as we play in overtime. Benny off to Witt. Rattlers keeping this small lineup that brought them all the way back, and already we're halfway through the overtime. Witt now looking down low to Monroe. Out to Minor. Why not let it fly? No good. Ball on the ground. St. Mary's brings it down. Witt now spinning in the lane. He loses the handle. It's taken away. Here comes Harmon. Off to Youngblood. Thomas now. Mid-range jumper. That one. No good. The board. Oh, and a foul. A foul is called over the back as Benny will now head to the line for 2 off of the loose ball foul.
And in these situations, any foul is going to the line, so it's essential for both teams to keep the composure and limit the fouls as best as they can.
Benny, another Rattler who's just been scoring well to end out the game. At the halfway point in the second half, he was still sitting on 0, but now he's standing at the line with 11 points so far on the night. First one. Rattles around and down. St. Mary's back into the lead as Isaiah Matthews will check in now for Joe Monroe. Both coaches not afraid to use their benches in this tough situation. Second one good as well. 2-point advantage. Here comes Cooper and the Lions. They'll have to respond. Student section getting very loud. Youngblood checked by Witt. Off to Harmon now. Harmon, he'll challenge in, and a foul is called on Matthews. Or I believe they got Isaiah there. Yes, they did. So it looks like he didn't get his hands up quick enough and just got a bit of a slap there. And Harmon will now head to the line. Harmon, 7 points so far on the day. That one good. Now just a 1-point game. Both teams have been hitting their clutch free throws really well. The second one, good as well. Squared away at 84. We've played just over 3 minutes of overtime and still nothing decided. Benny over to Witt. Minor now. He'll swing it on back. Benny will now get the screen. Pass out to Witt. Witt, he has 22 on the day. Witt now looking for down low. The skip pass off to Bolton. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Bolton attacks. Offensive foul as Cooper slid in there at the last second to draw that one. For Bolton, that'll be his 4th foul. He'll have to be careful the rest of the way. There are several Rattlers in foul trouble right now, actually. Witt and Benny both have 4 as well. They're going to have to play good, hard defense, but without fouling. as now the Lions get their chance to take a crack at the lead. Cooper bringing it on down. Passing it around. Here's Thomas. He's had a huge day. That one passed in to Stojanovic. He tries to attack Matthews. It's tipped away, and it'll be the Lions' ball with a fresh 35 on the shot clock. 1:02 remaining here in the overtime. It'll be Thomas to inbound. Trying to find someone. He finds Stojanovic. And a whistle is blown, and the foul is called on Benny. That's his 5th, and he'll be done. So now the question is, who do they replace him with? It'll be up to Bryce Smith. Benny, he gets a very nice ovation as he helped bring this Rattler team all the way back.
And now with Bryce Smith in the game, you're in for a treat because his shooting is great in these moments, so we'll see what he can do.
First one up and good for Stojanovic. Stojanovic, he's now in double digits as well. In fact, all Lions on the floor are in double digits as he puts in the second, and the lead is at 2. Just under 1 minute remaining. Here's Bolton with it. Now Smith. Smith over to Witt. He's had himself an incredible game as well. Minor for 3. In and out, no good. Board taken down by Cooper. And the foul will be committed by Smith. There was 38 seconds on the game clock, 31 on the shot clock. St. Mary's wasn't willing to sacrifice that time. So now Cooper will head to the line once again for big free throws. Cooper, he's 9 of 9 from the foul line. Make it 10 of 10. And now the big one right here. So he has a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Here it is, and it's good. Cooper hitting some big free throws yet again. 35 on the game clock. Bryce Smith with it. He'll pass it off to Minor. Now into Bolton in the corner. Bolton, he'll drive baseline and attack. He'll draw the foul, and he'll head to the line for 2. Good aggressiveness there by Bolton. Now JJ with some big free throws here. The first one is good. Bolton, he shot 76.7% from the foul line this year. The second one, good as well. These two teams going back and forth. Cooper manages to get away from Smith. He loses the ball, he's trapped, and a timeout called. Good heads-up play there as the trap was being applied. And Ruben, for the Rattlers, situational play, things that you're drilled on towards the end of the game. It now just comes down to execution on both ends of things as the Lions have managed to build a 2-point lead here towards the end of the game.
And you're right, coming out of these timeouts, we'll see just the tactics that the coaches prepared for their players for the remaining 21 seconds of this game.
A 2-point advantage for the Lions. You'd have to believe if they get it across that half-court line that St. Mary's will immediately foul, and then it will come down to free throw shooting. This one, too close to call.
You're right, but I think it has to be said from a Lions standpoint, Alex Cooper has been making some great plays, not so much scoring and passing, but just the intelligence he has as a point guard carrying the ball.
We've seen him make several heady plays and draw fouls because of it. He's headed to the line and he's knocked down all 11 of them, and the Lions have needed each and every one of them. It'll be a stack coming out of the timeout. Rattlers looking to apply pressure. They're looking for Cooper off of the inbound, and it gets away. Bolton with it, 20 seconds on the clock. JJ, 3-on-2. Minor in the corner for three. It's good! The Rattlers lead by one, 14 seconds on the clock. Timeout called by the Rattlers, as again, Christian Minor has brought the Rattlers to the promised land.
And it just has to be said, when they needed a big player, Christian Minor has stepped up to the plate and carried his team to the lead here in overtime.
21 now for Minor. He has hit 6 huge threes. The Rattlers have needed each and every one of them. Timeout called by the Rattlers. It'll give them a chance to discuss what they want to do on defense, but it's a double-edged sword as the Lions will get to draw up what they want on the offensive end as well. It comes down to this. Defense wins games. You need one stop.
And just coming out of the last timeout, we were talking about how the Rattlers were going to get back into this. And now, coming out of this timeout, they have the lead, and we'll see how they set up the defense for the remaining 14 seconds.
Cooper with it. 10 seconds on the clock. It is electric in here. They switch to pick and roll. That one floated up. No good. Bolton has the board. Bolton has the board. And it's taken away. The foul is called. And the Rattlers will head to the line for two. 1 second on the clock. 1 second till a chance at the Heartland Conference title. Bolton to the line for two. And Cooper has fouled out of the game. The Rattler players, they can sense it. One second on the clock, and that was it. They got the stop and the exclamation point of the rebound. St. Mary's, they've really picked it up on the boards. And what was once a 4-point advantage on the boards for the Lions has turned into a 4-rebound advantage for the Rattlers.
And the amazing thing about the play that just unfolded was J.J. Bolton was outside of the three-point line, and he made his way in to grab that board. A great heads-up play, and now he'll shoot to potentially win the game for the Rattlers.
First one is good. Big-time players make big-time free throws. The Lions will have an opportunity here no matter what. It is still just a one-possession game. He misses this one intentionally, and that one's swatted away, and that will do it. The Rattlers trailed by over 20, and they storm back to play in the Heartland Conference Championship game tomorrow. An unbelievable, resilient effort, and one highlighted by an incredible shooting performance in the second half by one Christian Minor. And Ruben, when your team is able to come back from something like this, it just has a feeling of destiny.
And a great team as we've seen this whole season. And they really put it on display here in the first game of the conference tournament. They look down and out, trailing by as much as 20, and now they've come back to win by 2. Just an amazing effort by the Rattlers.
And I have to tell you, this environment was so electric, so much fun. The Rattlers, they made small play after small play, and eventually it led to the victory here today. Everyone, stay tuned. About 30 minutes from now, we'll have St. Edward's University playing against the University of Texas Permian Basin after the Rattlers come back in astonishing fashion to cap off this thriller. Ruben, your last thoughts on the game here today?
Oh, great effort by both teams. It was a real great display for the fans here. The raucous crowd and the Rattlers coming out on top. It'll be important for them to ride this momentum into the championship game, and hopefully they can do so.
All right, everyone. Well, stay tuned. When we return, St. Edward's University will take on the University of Texas Permian Basin to see who will face the St. Mary's Rattlers in the Heartland Conference Championship tomorrow. For Ruben Dominguez and everyone at the Rattler Network, I'm Joe Rodriguez, and take care, everyone.